Hello everyone, welcome back to Tinateach Grade 1 Math. Today's lesson is going to be about data and graphs, okay? Today is a new day, a new lesson, all right? Now let's see what data and graphs has for us. Now, you may be a little bit scared of the name data and graphs. It sounds like big words, right? It sounds like words that a lot of adults would be dealing with instead of kids who are just studying grade 1 math. However, the basic of data and graphs is very, very easy, and it builds upon the knowledge that you have from learning about addition and subtraction, okay? So let's move on to our first exercise, count and compare. What we're going to do is we're going to count, the different sets of images over here. As you can see, we have our first set, which is just a bunch of cats, and our second set of data, which is just frogs, okay? Little frogs doing little things. Now, let's count the cats first. If you have been paying attention and following my lessons, you can easily tell that this is 6 cats, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have 6 cats up here. What about the frogs? How many frogs do you think we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5, okay? So we have 5 frogs and 6 cats. Now, do we have more cats than frogs? Or do we have more frogs than cats? Well, we have more cats. So cats is greater than frogs, and frogs is lesser than cats, okay? So that is what we're dealing with here. We're just counting and comparing, or in other words, we're counting our data and we're comparing them to see which one is greater and which one is lesser. All right, let's move on to the second part, count and compare, a continuation. Now, obviously, we have 2 different people here. One's wearing a lot of black and gray. One's wearing a lot of white and pink. So how many people are over here wearing black and gray? 1, 2, 3. So we have 3, okay? What about over here? 1, 2, 3. Now, the same number of people over here and the same number of people over here. What do you do if it is the same? Well, the same is equal, okay? The people wearing black and gray is equal to the people wearing white and pink. So that's another thing that you have to pay attention to. You have greater than, okay, greater than, equal to, and less than. All right, let's move on to the next part. Now, so as you can see, I have a lot of treats over here. I have candies, bread, cookies, and a turkey leg. And then I have a bunch of animals over here. You see, we have pigs, we have dogs, we have cats, and we have frogs, okay? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to count how many animals we have and how many treats we have to see whether or not we have enough for our animals, all right? Now, first off, how many animals do you see? Well, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 9 animals over here. How many treats do you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 13 treats. So do we have more treats, less treats, or is the amount of treats equal to the amount of animals? Well, we have more treats. So the amount of animal is less than the amount of trees, and the amount of trees is greater than the amount of animals. Okay, it goes both ways. Now let's move on to the second exercise. Greater or less. Okay, we're going to decide whether or not a number of objects is greater than or less than the other number of objects. Okay, now I have a bunch of candies. How many candies do I have? It's very easy. I have 4. How many bread do I have? This is bread with some soup inside of it, okay? So I have 3 bread. Now, is the amount of candy greater or less than the amount of bread? Well, the amount of candy is greater because 4 is bigger than 3. Same thing with these oranges. How many orange do I have here? I have 2. What about here? 3. So what should be in the middle? Is 2 less than 3? Is 2 greater than 3? Well, 2 is less than 3, okay? That's the symbol for less than. This is the symbol for greater than. Next up, these bags of wool. How many do you see? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then how many sheep do you see? 1, 2. So is the bags of wool greater than or less than the amount of sheep? Well, it is greater than because we have 4 over here and we only have 2 over here. And 2 is bigger or greater than 2. And 2 is smaller or lesser than 4. All right. Now let's move on to the last part of our lesson, which is word problem, okay? Don't worry, we don't have to do any sort of calculation. Once again, this is just count and compare, but word problem. Now let's read with me. There are 2 watermelon slices on Jimmy's plate and 6 on Emily's. Which plate has more watermelon slices? We have 2 on Jimmy's plate and 6 on Emily's. Which plate has more? So obviously it is Emily because Emily has 6. So 6 is greater than 2. All right. 4 cows are on the grass. 8 are in the barn. Which place has more cows? Which place has more cows? So we have 4 that are eating the grass, just relaxing outside, and 8 are inside of the barn. Okay, they're sleeping. Now, which place has more cows? The grass or the barn? Well, if you've been paying attention to our lesson so far, the barn has more cows because 8 is greater than 4. Okay, last. A bar of soap cost $12. A bottle of shampoo cost $10. Which one cost more money? Bar of soap, $12. Bottle of shampoo, $10. Which one is more expensive? Well, the bar of soap is more expensive, okay, because 12 is greater than 10, all right? Now that's it for our lesson. I do hope that you learned something new and that you're less afraid of dealing with, data, graphing, and all that sort of stuff. Our next lesson is going to be sorting and filtering the data that we would get from doing these types of problems. Okay, so I do hope that you'll tune in. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Learn today, better tomorrow. Goodbye.